Yes?
I can't help but notice we haven't had any new cases recently.
Everyone probably thinks we're still dead, or brains in jars or something.
Perhaps we should put an announcement in the paper.
Don't worry, JC, I put one in the Times.
How did you do that so quickly?
Tomorrow's Times! I wonder who that could be.
Hey guys, long time no see!
Anderson, how did you know we weren't dead?
Why would you be dead?
Never mind. What can we do for you?
I have a really super important case for you to solve.
If it's anything to do with Arthur Groinwagon, I'm not interested.
Arthur Groinwagon's been dead for ages. I need you to look into a disappearance.
Not Arthur Groinwagon's disappearance, I hope.
No, the disappearance of Eddie Candyman.
Wait, Eddie Candyman? Who's that?
He's the nephew of D.H. Candyman, the sweet shop owner. He disappeared several months ago and his friends and family are very concerned. We haven't found any clues yet, so I thought you guys might be able to work out what happened.
We'll do our best, Anderson.
I need to tell you though, in his youth, Eddie was a delinquent and a ne'er-do-well. He's had a few arrests in his past, so I thought I'd get his original police caseworker to help you.
And who's that?
Hello there, aye.
Of course, who else would it be? Anything else we need to know?
I have a new hamster called Sprinkles too.
Anything else we need to know?
No, I don't think so.
Good, well, I think it's pretty clear where we need to go first.
It's the sweet shop, isn't it?
No, I was going to suggest we got his parents' address from Daddy Boat and went round to see them.
Ah.
Hello? What y'all doing here?
We'd like to ask you some questions about Eddie.
Eddie? That good-for-nothing darn-tootin' varmint?
I take it you weren't so close.
I'm his stepfather, Charles. I never did like that boy. Drove his mother to an early grave, so he did. His mother died? Oh, that is a shame. I never knew. We were old friends, you know, aye. I married her just a year before. It was real tragic. Her family gave her nothing but trouble. Her first husband was a real varmint. He left just after Eddie was born.
Why?
Yeah, I'm sure that's not relevant, aye. He said he reckoned on a gone done but cheating on him. Said Eddie wasn't his. Hightailed out of there with Eddie's older brother and we never saw none of them again.
Daddy, this doesn't have anything to do with you, does it?
No, of course not. What a suggestion. Absolutely preposterous. Gosh, I hope not. He was a wee rapscallion, aye. All my children have been model citizens. Apart from the boat. Aye, well, not so much him.
Oh, JC!
Hey, feelings?
If you fellas don't mind, I'm kinda busy. I got my new stepson Johnny to raise. He's one crazy kid always talking to some rat and stealing my belts. I need to go and take him in hand, so if there's nothing else.
Well, could you tell us what became of Eddie after his mother died?
Well, he had no family left. I sure didn't want him. He talked a lot about going to find his father, but I don't reckon as he ever did. He went off and ended up working for his uncle at the sweet shop.
And Eddie's father, do you know what he was called? Perhaps we could track him down.
I doubt it. He's long gone, but I think I do remember the name. Let me see now. It was, Arthur. Yeah, that's right. Arthur Groinwagon.
Arthur Groinwagon? How's that possible?
He must have had a secret family before he met your mother.
You know him?
He was married to my mother. He's sort of my father, except for in the biological sense. I suppose it is the same Arthur Groinwagon.
Could be. It was a long time ago. He left back in the mid-70s. He'd be about 80 by now.
No, the Arthur Groinwagon we know isn't as old as that.
It must be a different Arthur Groinwagon.
Yeah, well, it's a bit of a coincidence.
Unless he had a cupboard.
Oh well, this has all been very useful. I suggest we try and track down this father of his and see if he knows anything.
Where are we going to find him?
I don't know. We'll find some clues.
That's going to take forever. Why didn't we get our roving investigator to deal with that, while we go off and do more fun stuff?
Who's that?
My brother Malevolent Triplet, of course.
I hadn't realised he was a permanent member of our team.
Where he is, I'll call him now.
Wouldn't it be nice if we were older?
Hello?
You say goodbye when I say hello.
What?
No, you say goodbye when I say hello.
Oh, Okay. Goodbye.
Did I say hello?
Yes?
No! Okay, I say goodbye when you say hello.
Right, so I'm the one saying hello.
Goodbye.
No, that wasn't me saying hello.
Goodbye.
No, I'm just asking you if it's me that has to say hello, not
Goodbye.
I hate this game.
Do you want to buy a Wii?
I know what you're holding, and the answer is no.
Well, tapas in a can.
That was a very angry reference.
It was a cross reference.
Right. Goodbye.
Hello.
Hello?
Goodbye. Is that all sorted then?
Yes!
Okay, in that case, I suggest we go and see Eddie's uncle.
And where will we do that?
At the sweet shop.
Yay! OMGJC! I love it here so much!
Well, don't get too excited, Evilton. Remember, we have a job to do.
I used to take the boat here when he was a wee lad, aye. Only back then it was run by old Cuthbert Candyman, and all the sweets were made by hand, aye.
JC, the sweet shop was here in the past! We should come here next time we go back in time!
Well, maybe, Evilton, if you promise to brush your teeth afterwards.
Oh.
Hello, gentlemen. Can I help you?
Ah, Mr. Candyman, good. We need to talk to you about your nephew.
Oh dear, not this again.
What's that? They found Eddie?
No, darling, they're just asking. Sorry about that. He's a bit worked up about the whole thing.
You're quite close to Eddie then.
Good heavens, no. The child was a menace. I just took him in here as a kindness and out of a sort of loyalty to my dear departed sister, but he was just causing too much bother. He was stealing, taking drugs, parking his motorbike on the double yellow lines outside. It was a nightmare.
I liked him.
I know you did, Dolan. That's part of the trouble, you see. I had Dolan in here as a new start, and I felt like Eddie was leading him astray. He's a lovely lad, but very impressionable, so I had to let Eddie go.
Sounds a bit harsh. He was your family after all.
You just don't understand what he was like.
Well, tell us then.
I will tell you.
Good.
Through song.
Oh no.
From the day he was born, he was trouble. He was the thorn in his mother's side. She tried in vain, but he never caused her nothing but shame. He left home the day she died. From the day she was gone, all he wanted was rock and roll porn and a motorbike, shooting up the junk. He was a low-down, cheap little punk, taking everyone for a ride. When he said he didn't like his daddy, you knew he was a no good kid. But when he threatened your life with a switchblade knife, what a guy! You cried. And I did.
Everybody shoved him, or very nearly laughed him, or said, hey, listen to me, stay sane inside insanity. But he locked the door and threw away the key.
But he must have been drawn into something, making him warn me in a note which reads,
What's it say? What's it say? I'm out of my head. Oh, hurry, or I may be dead. They mustn't carry out their evil deeds. Ah!
When he said he didn't like his daddy, you knew he was a no good kid. But when he threatened your life with a switchblade knife,
What a guy! You cry.
and I did. When he said he didn't like his daddy, you knew he was a no good kid. But when he threatened your life with a switchblade knife,
What a guy makes you cry. And I did.
So when did he send you this letter?
It was completely out of the blue. I hadn't seen Eddie for years, and suddenly I get this note about 16 months ago. Well, I didn't know what it was about, so I went round to see the chap that employed him after I let him go. Turns out he's been missing for a week, not turned up for his work, just vanished.
Do you have any idea where he might have gone?
Well, he used to run off for short periods to look for his father, a week or two at a time, but he never found him. I wondered at first if that's where he'd gone, but now I'm not so sure.
This other employer, do you know where we might find him, aye?
Yes, of course, he runs a corner shop across the road from here.
How convenient.
Hello there, S. We'd like to ask you a few questions about Eddie.
Do you mean Hans Herman? He's out back just now. I can call him in if you like.
No, not Hans. Eddie. Eddie Candyman.
I have no idea who that is. You're not thinking of D.H. Candyman, are you? His shop is just across the street from me.
No, we don't mean quoting D.H. Candyman. We mean Eddie Candyman. We were just at the sweet shop and he sent us here.
I'm sorry. I'd help you if I could, but I just don't know the guy you're looking for.
But Mr. Candyman said he used to work here.
Not here, no. The only person I've had working for me is Hans. And Dolin, of course, but that was quite a long time ago.
How very odd, aye.
Very suspicious if you ask me.
No one did, JC. Come on, let's go and look for more clues.
Dear me, that's just the sort of non-cooperation that makes us detectives sick.
No, JC, no.
What?
I see what you're trying to do, but that's not an he said it at all.
Okay, well then, what now?
I think the most sensible course of action...
Psst.
What was that, aye?
Psst.
I think this little man wants our attention, aye.
I heard you were looking for the corner shop owner who employed Eddie Candyman.
And what of it?
I am he! My name is GFTCS.
Wait, I thought you were just a hallucinogenic side effect of Vivian's drugs.
No, that's just what SFTCS wants everyone to believe. He's spread this rumour around that I'm not real, so that everyone just stops believing in me. Then he can just dispose of me and no one will notice.
Why would he do that, aye?
I think he just doesn't like the competition. He even demolished my shop and then constricted time and space to erase the area which my shop used to occupy. He's a madman! But I'm not scared of him. What I'm going to do, right, I'm going to form a little gang with me and OMD Subad and Dolin and my buddy Franz Lerman, the German, right? We're going to go around and beat him up. It's going to be fun. You can come along if you like.
Well, all of this is very interesting, but it's not really relevant to our investigation right now. Do you know what happened to Eddie?
Well, you know, I was the one that reported him missing just before Candyman got his note. He was never the most reliable employee, he didn't come in every day, but after almost a week with no word, I got concerned and called the police. Then Candyman came to see me and showed me the note he had. It was a real worry, so it was.
Do you think it's possible he left to look for his father?
I'm not so sure. I think he found his father some time ago. That was the impression I got.
So maybe if he knows where his father is, he left to join him.
I'm not so sure. He took a few days off a couple of years back to attend his father's funeral, so if he really did find the man, then I think he might have died since.
How long ago was that?
Oh, ages ago. 20 years, maybe more.
Well, that settles it. It can't possibly be the same Arthur Groinwagon. Ours only died last year.
Oh, well, I wouldn't know about that. All I know is that our Eddie always said he wanted to be like his old man. He wanted to take after his da, something to do with his father's legacy. He got very excited after the will was read out, as I recall.
Do you know why?
I'm afraid not. We weren't that close, really. I mean, apart from what I needed to know, we didn't talk that much. He kept pretty much to himself. We were two very different people. But if you ask me, he's gotten himself snarled up in some unpleasant business, some madman's schemes, and gotten himself killed, the poor mite.
If so, I suspect there might not be any real way to find out what happened to him.
Now hang on a Foxty, let's not just give up now. I suggest we pop round police records. Take a little look at Arthur Groinwagon's will, see what it was that got Eddie so excited, aye.
You think that's going to be important? It was 2 decades ago.
Call it an old policeman's hunch, but I feel like that's where we'll find our answers, aye.
Oh well, it's our final lead. We might as well follow it up, and the police station is literally right across the road. There's no harm in looking.
Okay, why not?
Oh, hello there, Constable. I need to look at some records if that's okay.
Okay, what do you want to see?
All the records you have on Eddie Candyman, or his father Arthur Groinwagon. Maybe, Will? He died about 80 years ago, aye.
Let me take a look. Hold on. Are you sure I'm supposed to show you that stuff? Isn't it supposed to be confidential? Like Doctor Who Confidential. I miss Doctor Who Confidential.
No, don't worry, PC the Doctor. Me and Evil Twin are detectives, and Daddy here used to be a policeman before he died.
Okay, here you go.
Let's take a look at this. The last will and testament of Arthur Groinwagon. He left his crime empire to his 2 sons, Eddie Candyman and Stephen Groinwagon.
Wait, what? How can that be possible? Stephen is our Arthur's brother.
There's another sheet attached. It's a deed poll form.
Deed poll?
That's for people to change their names, son, aye.
I know what it is, but what does it say?
It's for Eddie Candyman to change his name to... No! What? No, how is this possible?
Oh, for goodness sake, Evil Twin, give it here. Eddie, change the name.
Arthur Groinwagon Jr.?
I'm no Candyman, I'm a Groinwagon. You wait until I find my dad. He'll help me become who I really am.
Oh, Eddie, look at the mess you've made of this place. What a disaster. Why I employ you, I don't know.
Yeah, one day I'll get you back. One day. I'm running away. I don't want to be like you. Let me back into the family. Alright, son. Take this hat and neckerchief. Yeah. From now on, you're one of the Groinwagons. Just like me. Just like your brother Steve. Yeah. Sons, the world needs an Arthur Groinwagon. I know I promised my title to you, Stephen. But Arthur, for the years I missed with you, I want you to have it. Take this. Hello? I like a job. Name's, Eddie. Yeah. Eddie Candyman.
How lovely to meet you, Eddie. I think I can give you a position.
This job is just what I've been looking for. The perfect disguise.
He must have resumed his Eddie identity while working for GFTCS so he could live right under our noses and not get caught. perfect alter ego. No one would have known Eddie and Arthur were the same person.
And now we knew what happened to Eddie. Why he disappeared. What that letter was about. He was warning Candyman about us. Remember, we were the ones that lured him to Colin's flat so he could be killed in that explosion along with JC2. That's why he disappeared 16 months ago. That's when it happened.
Wait, but wasn't that explosion just a dream we had after Colin put our brains into jars? I thought none of the events in our feud with Colin actually happened.
No, hold on. Are you trying to say that Arthur Groinwagon is still alive?
I don't know.
I did my best, but I think they've worked out you're not dead now.
Oh well, it's given me the time I needed.
Time for what?
Time to prepare, to ready myself for the final showdown. It's coming. You'll see.
Yeah, I don't care. Do you two mind not scheming in my store? It's bad for business.
Oh yes, very bad for business.
Oh, don't make the lassie sad. Oh no, oh no!
That's right, I was Arthur Groinwagon the whole time.